So I recorded this 10-minute explanation before I realized that my mic was turned off, and that was quite a journey. Let's see. Anyways, keyframes. I'm doing this to practice talking to myself in the microphone. This is RKACP round 3 entry. The goal of this was to really focus on the idea of balance and contrast, light and dark, day and night, Akari and Kagami. If you look into description, there's more explanation with an actual timestamp. The whole plot is that we've been supporting Kagami this whole time, and as the world is plunged into darkness, we come to this realization that Kagami and Akari both play this vital role in maintaining the balance of the world. And so we act as this envoy, this bridge between Kagami and Akari, light and dark, thus getting rid of the evil entity while saving the world. So you'll notice one of the most prominent motifs in this video is light. Right here, you have a spotlight. That was actually the first shot I thought about. You have the moon in the background, and there's going to be this whole sun and moon kind of thing popping up a little bit. Right here is a spotlight once again. Okay, and the prop I had was the lotus flower, and I made good use of it. We were a little inspired by Magical Girl Utena, with the whole black silhouettes and then patterned clothing. And so you'll notice that all of the sprites have two versions. They have this orange sunset kind of version, and then this bluish purplish nighttime kind of version. There's all of the colors, actually. This entire color palette is very dawn and dusk kind of vibes, especially sunset and dusk kind of vibes. Once again, tiptoeing this line between day and night, light and dark. You have a spotlight here once again, and you have those street lights as well. The sprites and the camera for this move around a lot. The song itself is this kind of dance. And I really wanted to convey that sense of dancing and movement and tango sort of kind of vibes through moving these sprites and moving the camera. Let's see. I don't remember what I talked about during this part. Oh yeah, all the colors during this first part are very dark and gloomy, symbolizing this kind of imbalance as the darkness creeps upon the world. This scene right here is actually the second scene that I pictured as I went into this. There's supposed to be this sense of claustrophobia, feeling trapped, urgency and corruption and dark sin. Right here, once again, you see light bulbs, which symbol of enlightenment, perhaps foreshadowing, as well as this whole light in the dark. This scene was supposed to be sort of like a museum scene. I didn't have any particular reason for having that set up, but it was fun. Once again, you have spotlights right there. The colors here are much brighter as we come to this realization that balance is necessary to maintain peace in the world, or whatever. I found it ironic, actually, that the CB chose a lotus flower as their symbol of kind of this corrupted being, especially when lotus flowers are typically a sign of, purity or enlightenment and all of that. So in the scene of enlightenment right here, you have a bunch of lotus flowers. That right there, that's what I forgot to point out. That was a Sistine Chapel by Michelangelo reference with the Adam's Revelation. I forgot what it was called exactly. But yeah. Once again, the spotlight motif. And from this point onwards, you're going to see a lot of quote, balance in the colors themselves, whether it be the background colors, having two colors at once, a light color and a dark color, or the sprites, maybe one orange, one blue, or whatever. Yeah. So the whole idea is that we are now striving for that balance. I really love this part. um, there's now this pawn prop, which when paired with the background right here, which is a grid, I almost did a checkerboard, but that felt a little too on a nose. It's this whole idea of this game between Kagami and Akari, as well as the unforeseen player, aka the corrupted being. And the pawns themselves kind of symbolize the character's place on this chessboard. You have in the background an eclipse going on with this white moon being covered by all the black. This appears a bit more later. Once again, white and black pawns right there. Actually, you see a path with these pink footprints, as well as this blue reflection. You have these two sides, showing that they are not that different from one another. The paths are going to pop up a lot as we discover our path forward, how to solve the issue. Just in case the symbolism wasn't, obvious enough. A pawn with a balanced white and black. Right here you have the eclipse again, but this time it stops midway. Once again, balance. Also a little reminiscent of yin and yang, but I couldn't do it. Right here, blue is dancing with her orange and blue self. You have this paths motif once again popping up, as it will more and more as we grow closer to our solution of the issue. This is the same shot from before the first chorus, but this time it's going backwards. The darkness that corrupted everything is now being vanquished. Right here, the background is half orange, half blue. Cass is dancing with his own self, and it's changed parts. There's this kind of connection as we zoom in, as both of these sides connect with one another. Once again, you're just going to notice all these backgrounds where there's one light color, one dark color. Right here, it's a lot more bright as we accept our role as an envoy and bridge of the darkness. That's why it switches back and forth so much between the orange and blue, showing, two sides of the same coin. Right here, you have this city crosswalk kind of motif, that crosswalk, that path, in a way like a bridge between light and dark. The sprites are alternating between orange and blue, just really trying to show that both orange and blue are cohesive. I love my team. They were very wonderful when working together right here, but I appreciate it so much. They were wonderful. Actually, we commissioned this instrumental, and these right here used to be trumpets, but instead Sky brought in vocal trumpets just for fun. You see this Lotus being vanquished, and we had to have some ass shots, Right here, orange, black, once again, balance. You have the sun at the top and the moon on the bottom. Yeah. Wow, I'm running out of breath. So this scene right here should feel a lot more open and less compressed compared to everything else, because for the most part, all of these scenes have been having some kind of border. It's this whole idea that our future is opening and we're going down this path and blah, 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 blah. This scene right here is really fun because I think it demonstrates the different ways that I kind of experimented with y-axis rotation. You have on the right M and I very clearly rotating around each other, our sprites not being on the same Z positioning. And so there are moments when we're far apart and moments when we're close together. On the other hand, over there to the left, you have blue and Cass's sprite being right next to each other. So they look like they're holding hands and twisting around, On the other hand, at the top, you see Jin's and Hei just crossing paths. And my actual favorite movement right there is Sky and Aida at the bottom, where they kind of do this jumping motion while also twisting. Let's see. Yeah, Yep. Sky actually brought these ad libs in, and I wanted to literally call back to these scenes. So I pulled up the actual scenes with the lyrics in them, and I also pulled up a little bit of the promo because I also really enjoyed that. Um, yeah. And so as this song draws to an end, I just wanted to really express thank you very much for loving our team's entries so much. We had a lot of fun, and I really appreciated this experience. Okay, hopefully that was a little more articulate than the last time I talked. Going to end this now.